Good afternoon. Welcome back to Gravity Cheeseburger, where I share my life with you a few minutes at a time. Hey, what'd you think of all that wind last night? It's pretty nuts. Well, here I am. I find myself with a little bit of nothing to do because I was going to work today. However, I was going to see if my boss would give me a ride to work or find someone who would come and pick me up or something like that, which he said he would. But then when I got up and I started chatting with the housekeeper, Donna, she told me she only had 4 rooms to clean. So I was thinking, why in the world am I stressing so much over just 4 rooms? So I decided to go ahead and stay home, which will be the 3rd day of this work week, which is not a good thing for my paycheck. So I'm a little stressed about that. However, about 45 minutes to an hour after deciding I was going to stay home, I start feeling really cruddy. I got this sinus thing going on that I'm sure many other people have experienced it before, but the way I describe it is inside my sinuses up here and, very close to my eyes, behind my nose, I get a sensation that the sinus tissue there is expanding and contracting, and it feels and sounds like slight crackling. You know what I'm talking about? If you have sinus problems, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, that's what I got going on today. With boredom, Daryl had to call off today. He and his brother are going to pay their last respects to their grandmother on their dad's side, who had passed away very recently. Susan Dixon. She was a very good woman. She was an ornery ass woman. She was a very good woman. She loved her grandkids very much. Even though, unfortunately, she didn't get to see a whole lot of them, as they were growing up. But that's where Will and Daryl are probably right now. Or if they're not there right now, they're probably getting close. As normal, as usual with me, I never have anything planned to talk about. I just fly by the seat of my pants when I do this. But I think I feel crummy because of the weather. We've had like a really awesome, beautiful day where, you can leave the coat at home and just take a light jacket, or, take a light jacket and don't even bother wearing it. I mean, yesterday was absolutely gorgeous. 85 degrees, sun shining. And then cold today. So it's like, oh my goodness, Mother Nature is really trying to kill some old folks right now. But yeah, I actually kind of feel like I might have a low-grade fever. So I might start talking out my ass here in a little bit, so don't be shocked. And I'm having a bad hair day. Bad hair day. but it's a bad hair don't care day. Uh, so I'm just sitting here enjoying having nothing to do, and I've got one of my favorite podcasts playing in the background, and if I hope that's not like a copyright issue or anything like that. And then I got the distraction right next to me of my curtains being just a little too short, so if I hear a noise I can peek out there. Whew, I I think I've got a fever. Anyway, I just thought I'd hop on here and talk to y'all. Um anyway, back to my favorite podcast. One of my favorite podcasts. I actually, honestly, at this moment, this is my favorite podcast. I listen to it more than any other podcast right now. And when I'm not listening to this one, I'm sticking my toes into the political waters, which is a dangerous thing for me because I'm just going to end up getting mad. But this podcast is called Dogman and Paranormal Research with Jeff Nadolny. And if you have any interest in that sort of subject, give him a listen. It's holds my attention. And on Saturday nights he does a live stream, which I try to catch as much as I can. It's hard to do though when I go to work, because the live stream is usually kind of late, and I have been getting up earlier and going to bed earlier these days, trying to get get in as much time at work as I can, because I can only work as late as 4:30, and very often I can't come in any earlier than like 8:30, because if I do, very often there's nothing to do, and I can't justify coming to work that early and doing nothing. Say hi to my boy. He's my boy. It's my roommate. It's my baby doggy. It's my baby doggy. You're the best. You're my baby doggy. I love my baby doggy. I think baby doggy thinks that I'm on the phone with my sisters. He likes to listen in sometimes when I'm talking to my sister Kim, because Susie will talk to him too, but Kim just makes over him like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Shows me so beautiful. Tells me so beautiful. And then her dogs get mad. It's so funny. As soon as she says Romy's name, you can hear her dogs barking. It's like, rah, rah, don't you dare talk to another dog. You can't do that. But Romy don't care. He just wants to get his attention. Just wants to get his attention. Isn't he a party baby? He's a sweet boy. He's a good friend. Yes, he is. Look at that face. Look at that face. You do a pretty face. He's a pretty face. He's my little buddy. He's my little best friend. Of course, Bobo is my other little best friend, but he's not quite as social as Romy. But Romy's been with me ever since he was a baby, so, I think that makes a difference. Look at my hair. You can actually see that you can kind of see my natural color. Can't see so much of my gray, which my gray doesn't bother me anyway. But my natural color is actually blonde. I was born blonde, and my hair got a little darker as I got older, but it's always been blonde. It was like dark blonde. My mom called it dishwater blonde when I was a little girl, or dirty water blonde or something. And then I think I started coloring my hair when I was about 14 years old, and the first time I did it, I used something called Sun-In. It's been around for a long time. People still use it. As a matter of fact, Kim told me that my niece Kelsey, hi Kelsey, still uses it. But yeah, that was the first time I colored my hair. I used Sun-In, and I did it a couple of times. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but and I don't remember actually how old I actually was the first time I did a real color treatment. I don't remember how old I was. But once I started coloring my hair, I just kept on coloring and kept on coloring. Until I was about I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm 54 right now, and I'm pretty sure it's been about 6 years since I've colored my hair. And now I've got this. And with the sun hitting it, you can actually see some of my, right there, it actually looks blonde. Maybe it is blonde, and I just have myself convinced that it's actually brown. Who knows? Who cares? I'm just thinking about it because I'm bored, is all. I'm very bored. I might not even put this video up. It's so boring. I'm just passing the time. Passing the time, smoking cigarettes, and I'm going to be out of cigarettes. Probably long before Daryl gets home, because I only have 7. Yeah. Well, 8 counting this one. 8 cigarettes, so a little less than a half a pack of cigarettes. It's 4 o'clock. I expect they're not going to be in any hurry to get back, because they'll be, I'm sure they're going to want to spend some time with their cousins, who they rarely get to spend time with. So I'm sure that there will be a impromptu gaming session for the young men in the family tonight. And that's all right. Because, I mean, what else do you do when you hardly get to spend time with your cousins? You hardly ever see them. And it's a daggone shame that something like this, a death in the family, makes it so, that's the only time you see certain members of your family. But yeah, unfortunately, death is part of life. None of us gets to skip that part. And none of us knows when we're going to go or how. So I reckon we all ought to just, I don't know, try to live our best life every day, whatever your definition of your best life may be. Personally, my definition of my best life is, um, just being, trying to be a good person, and uh, don't be a nasty, evil person, I guess. Because as far as anything else, I don't have I don't have anything to contribute to society except what some might consider my wisdom, considering my age, and I actually have a wealth of that stuff. So you talk about just about any most traumatic situations that you're going to face in your life. I've probably um, I've probably been through it. You know, almost all the bad stuff in life has knocked at my door and stepped on my toes at least one time, sometimes more than once. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. Yeah, that's about all I have to contribute. But but we could have some really interesting conversations, though. I'll tell you that, because there's lots and lots of stuff that we could talk about. It would not be boring. Pick a subject, any subject. I'm game. I've probably got a lot to say about it. And if you happen to touch on something I believe in or something that I like a lot, yeah. uh, for instance, Elvis Presley. I could just go on and on and on about Elvis. We could sit around here in my living room, pull up Elvis videos, Elvis movies, old clips, look at old pictures, Facebook pages. It wouldn't matter. I loves looking at his pretty face, even after all this time. It just makes me feel good. Um, I'm not sure, but I know I put it on Facebook. I don't know if I said anything about it here or not, but I have been kindly blessed with some Elvis memorabilia type. This is one of a set of 4 coasters that my manager Mike at work gave me, and these are just like the cutest little things I've ever seen in my life, and they're functional coasters. And this piece this is not paper either, so um, I can actually use it as a coaster. This is really nice. And before that, Abby had given me several um, magazines and collector coffee table books um, about Elvis. And I was just like, I about fell over when she gave me that first one. I was like, oh my God, you are kidding me. And then a couple days later, she gives me a few more. I'm just like, oh my God. Just got me right there. Yeah. Me and my sister, Kim. Hi, Kim. I know you're watching. I see you looking. Like Steph the altar nerd would say. Yes, I watch Steph now and then. I do indulge a little bit in celebrity gossip now and then. I like to watch Spidey, the behavioral artist. He breaks down stuff. Um, like celebrity gossip stuff that's going on in the news. Like, for instance, when the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial was the uh, all that you heard in celebrity gossip, he would like take certain parts of the trial coverage and um, analyze their body language. And this is really interesting too. I thought it was anyway. And he did the same um, when Prince Harry was being interviewed. It was either before or right after that book that he wrote came out. Um, and yeah, he has some really interesting things to say, and I love stuff like that anyway. There was a television series that might still be on one of these cable channels somewhere. It's called Lie to Me. I cannot tell you the names of any of the actors or actresses in the show, but it is a really cool show. I loved it, and I wish it. I wish they would reboot it and make new episodes because I thought Cal Lightman was the shit. And if any of you have ever watched that show, you'll know what I'm talking about. And yeah, he his character proved that little old white guys could still be badasses. But yeah, that was a fun show. Since we were talking about analyzing people's behavior and being able to pick up on cues given off by body language and things like that. It's very interesting. I think it's very beneficial too, especially if you know how people behave when they're lying. That's always beneficial. If you know how people behave when they're being truthful and genuine, it's beneficial. And in this day and age, it's even more beneficial than it's ever been because plainly and simply, you don't know who you can trust and who you can't anymore. Unless you're talking about doggies. You can always trust your doggies. As long as you treat them well, if you are not mean to them, you do not have to worry about them ever being mean to you. Unless you deliberately inbred them. And there's a reason that you don't do that, and everybody should know what that is. Some people still ain't figured that out. Yeah, I'm talking to you, dude that married your cousin. You're not supposed to do that. Your kids are gonna have problems. Just saying. I'm not drinking coffee. I'm drinking water. Drinking water. I figure if maybe I get a little better hydrated, I'll feel a little better. Maybe. I want to get my energy level up. Gosh, I want to get my energy level up. I am so tired of being tired. Ugh. Here's one of the other coasters. I love that outfit. He looks so pretty in that outfit. And when he sang that song, oh, baby, what do you want me to do? And of course, there's Aloha from Hawaii, the very first program ever to be broadcast via satellite worldwide. First, that was Elvis. Yep, that was Elvis. Elvis did that. Weren't nobody but just Elvis. Love me tender. Look at that face. Just look at it. Look at it. Susie, just look at that face. Can't tell me he weren't pretty. Can't tell me that face couldn't make any heart go pitty patter. So what y'all been doing? What do you do when you get bored like I am right now? When you have unexpected time on your hands? You can drop it in the comments. tell me what you do in your spare boring time. I'll even read them. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you and tell you that I read my comments all the time, because I don't do these videos to get likes and views. It's just I guess you could call it a hobby, and I've said it before, but I originally started doing this so that certain members of my family, particularly my daughter, would get to see me, because she lives so far away and we don't get to see each other. We get to talk, but after I started doing these videos, then it occurred to me, there's messenger apps where you can video chat, and actually talk to each other back and forth. So kind of sort of makes what I'm doing right here obsolete, maybe. But, I already had the channel. I had already uploaded a bunch of videos, and I'm like, well, we may as well just keep this ball rolling. That way I got something to do. But, even though I could keep talking and talking and talking, I know that y'all ain't used to me making long videos, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this one in a minute or 3, maybe 6, who knows. But yeah, drop it in the comments what you do when you're as bored as I am right now. Right there. And I will see you next time with an interesting, or maybe an uninteresting, video. I love ya. Bye, guys.